Hello, this is Dr. Garret, Castleberry, Associate Professor of Communication, Media, and Ethics. And I am here to talk to you about a few items that we can avoid when preparing for public speeches. All right. And so let's look at a quick list of avoidances, things to negate from our patterns when we're preparing for public speaking. The first thing we can avoid is a pessimistic attitude towards public speaking. Cut it out of the oratory diet, the cognitive diet. We want to rid ourselves of that pessimistic attitude. It's that slippery slope that's going to take us down the wrong path. Second thing we want to avoid when preparing for public speaking is an inadequate amount of preparation or practice. We know we have an objective, and that objective is to communicate verbally, to give a physical and verbal or oral performance. And so we should prepare. And the true secret is it doesn't take that many times. Most public speaking requirements, courses, activities can be achieved with relatively efficient amount of practice. We're not talking about days on end. In any section I teach, we are never giving a fully memorized presentation. It is extemporaneous. That means prepared, rehearsed, but conversational ultimately. And so avoid an inadequate preparation and practice when getting ready for a speech. Third thing we need to avoid is negative or insufficient experience. Well, that gets achieved through that information we just shared, right? We want preparation and practice is going to give us the momentum we need to be successful. And also, let's not let our last negative experience be the standard bearer for everything from here on out. Guess what? The odds are you're going to need to continue to communicate publicly, whether it's in a large setting or most likely a smaller setting in life. And so let's build off of those positives. And one of the best ways we can do it is through continuous repetition, through experience, even when it's not our favorite thing to do. And we totally get that it's not for many of us. Fourth, unrealistic goals. Be sure to check your syllabus, check the rubric, check whatever materials you may have available. What are the elements of the assignment? And that's a realistic understanding of meeting the expectations, all right? So avoid unrealistic goals about where that's headed. Fifth, inaccurate perception of the audience. Recognize by and large, our audience is intentionally supportive. We're here to help each other through this process, whether you're meeting on ground, whether you're meeting in a virtual space. All right. It is an opportunity to do well. Typically, your instructors and your peers are rooting for you to succeed. Now, get out there and do your best. Sixth, and this is perhaps the most egregious of all of our list of things to avoid, negative self-talk. Oh, there's nothing worse than it, right? You come into a room, you go into a space, and you just can't break that cycle of essentially verbally psyching yourself out. We all have been there potentially, but not only in a public speaking section like we're in now, but in other life opportunities, we have to cut this out of our practices. And it's the best way to eliminate and create a space to add, which is something I will touch on in a separate video. And finally, our seventh avoidance for public speaking preparation is misdirected concerns regarding evaluation. All right. So we're here to help push you through, right? And we want you to succeed. And your concern is not exterior, is not outward. It's a focus inward on what you know, what knowledge you have obtained, what information you possess, and what you can share with confidence, with composure, and with the most assertive performance you can put together. All right, that's our list of 7 things to avoid in public speaking. And I'll be back with a list of replacement strategies, things we can include to help us have a positive public speaking experience.